Hey guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Steph Curry reveals 3 options as Klay Thompson replacement in Warriors backcourt. The post-Klay Thompson era has dawned on the Golden State Warriors as they began training camp in Hawaii. Thompson, who had been a fixture at the Warriors starting backcourt and Stephen Curry's splash brother, has also turned a new page with his new team, the Dallas Mavericks. When asked who should replace Thompson as his starting backcourt mate, Curry was taken aback. "That's a great question," Curry told reporters after the first day of training camp. "We have options, obviously. We have a defensive-minded guy like DeAnthony Melton. You got a guy who is kind of a connector, can put the ball on the floor, and create like BP, Brandon Podziemski. Me and BP started a couple of times last year. You got Buddy Hield, who can shoot, and space the floor, a veteran who knows how to play." Melton and Hield are 2 of the 3 Warriors' biggest acquisitions this offseason. They both arrived from Philadelphia, where they did not see much action in their first-round playoff loss to the New York Knicks last season. Melton has a two-way ability, which, on paper, complements Curry in the Warriors' backcourt. Although Melton is just a 6'3" guard, he boasts a 6'8" wingspan, which is his trump card in earning a reputation as a pesky defender. Mindset, Curry said of what makes Melton such a good defender. "He's built his identity around it. He has the skill set, the wingspan, the foot speed, the IQ. There are a lot of guys that just hang their hat on being a defensive guy, knowing that's how they help the team win. He works on it mentally and physically. He just wants to be healthy and showcase who he can be on that end." A back injury slowed Melton down in Philadelphia. But he still finished the season averaging 10.1 points and 1.6 steals per game while shooting 39% from the three-point distance, which greatly appealed to the Warriors, making him a priority free agent signing in the offseason. Hield, on the other hand, has been the most prolific three-point shooter in the NBA over the last 5 years. He has hit 1,322 three-pointers, 58 more than Curry, who is second on the list, per StatMuse. Hield's outside shooting alone should make him the ideal clone of Thompson in the Warriors' backcourt. "Dude's a knockdown shooter that can space the floor," Curry said of Hield during the Warriors' media day on October 1. But Curry added, "Obviously, we need a defensive mindset as well when it comes to all 5 guys, no matter who you're out there." The Warriors made Podziemski untouchable in their trade talks this offseason. And for good reason. As a rookie, Podziemski led the NBA in offensive fouls drawn, 38, showing his commitment to sacrifice his body on the defensive end. Warriors camp takeaways, Looney makes splash in scrimmage. On their second day of training camp at BYU Hawaii, the Warriors progressed from concepts to gameplay, scrimmaging full court. Effort, energy, and flow is what stood out most to Coach Steve Kerr on a day where 3 teams were created positionally as he's far from naming a starting 5. "We just divided them positionally and spread guys all over the place," Kerr said. No hints on the starting lineup. Wednesday did end on a particularly positive note, especially for one veteran. Here are 5 takeaways from the second day of Warriors training camp, which featured comments from Kerr, Draymond Green, Tracy Jackson-Davis, and Brandon Podziemski. Podziemski found center Kevin Looney, and the big man showcased what he has been working on tirelessly over the offseason, his three-point shot. Looney drilled a game-winning 3, and the celebration was on after that. "That's the best way we can end practice, a Looney 3, Podziemski said. A leaned-out Looney has dropped 15 pounds to be more versatile, specifically on the offensive side as more of a shooting threat. After taking a grand total of 3 three-pointers the last 3 seasons, and not making a single one, Looney took 400 to 500 threes this summer to be an option from long distance. That doesn't mean he's going to evolve into the next splash brother overnight. The message sent to Looney is one of confidence. To be aggressive and not to hesitate. But he isn't going to be a pick-and-pop option as the Warriors look to rain threes on their opponents. More so, it's him taking advantage of broken plays and open opportunities. That's different from being Kevin Love, Kerr explained. But he feels it. Looney still has to be who he is, which is a guy who is getting a lot of stuff done on the offensive boards and setting screens. If he's open and it's a standstill three, I want him shooting it. Though his coach believes he's a power forward, Jonathan Kuminga says he's a small forward. What about Green? He seems to side with his teammate. I think he's a three, Green said. It's always been my opinion and that's not going to change. To play the four, it requires a certain skill set. So oftentimes, people approach the four as if it's not a position. It requires a certain skill set, a certain knowledge, a certain understanding of that position to do that. He's never done it. Can he adjust and learn that? I don't know. The numbers tell a different story from Green's point of view. Per Basketball Reference's position estimate, Kuminga spent only 2% of his time last season at small forward, as opposed to a career-high 65% as a power forward and 34% at center. In order for Kuminga to thrive as a small forward, his outside shooting will have to vastly improve, an area he worked on relentlessly the past few months. Warriors free agent candidate open to signing with rival team. Golden State Warriors combo forward Jonathan Kuminga's emergence as a reliable, athletic scorer last year was one of the few bright spots in the club's doomed 2023-24 season. The 2022 champ averaged career bests of 16.1 points, on .529/.321/.746 shooting splits, 4.8 rebounds, 2.2 assists, 0.7 steals, and 0.5 blocks per bout, while starting in 46 of his 74 available games. Golden State as a team did not fare quite so encouragingly. The Warriors finished with a good not great 46-36 record and the Western Conference's 10th seed but failed to escape the play-in tournament. The 21-year-old is embarking on his fourth pro season this year. Like fellow 2021 NBA draft lottery selection Moses Moody, Kuminga has yet to agree to a contract extension. If neither player inks a deal by October 31st, they will hit restricted free agency next summer, meaning Golden State can match any offer tendered their way by another team. When asked about his approach to his fourth pro season during Golden State's Media Day interviews on Monday, Kuminga says he is keeping team success a priority, writes Tim Kawakami of the San Francisco Standard. Just going out there and pretty much helping us win, Kuminga said. Me, personally, just showing how much I improved on so many things. And just looking forward to having a great season. Now that I'm used to it, now that I know what it is, now that I know what it takes to be one of the best, I mean, I went through the summer, worked hard, and I know what I'm going to bring to the table. I'm just looking forward to a new season. The 6'8" wing has emerged as something of a tweener forward and faces questions about his positional future in Golden State. I'm not thinking about that right now, Kuminga added. But I'm working toward it. The goal is me being a full starter. So I'm not even worried about what's going to happen, because I know how much work I've put in. And I know once I step on that floor, things are going to change. And you fan? What do you think of the situation of Jonathan Kuminga? Leave your opinion in the comments.